Another week, another fight card, another episode inside the MMA War Room with Srikar, Rajendran, and Chris Shroyer. I'm Sam Corcoran, here to break down this Abu Dhabi Fight Night card, July 26th from the United Arab Emirates. Guys, this is looking like a very stacked card so far. Lots of names on there. I know a few dropped out, but Srikar, give me your first thoughts on this card, because I'm personally really excited for it.
Oh, I'm too. I think this is the best fight night of the year, in my opinion. Absolutely stacked. If we had Movsar versus Aaron Pico, it'd be a little bit better, but, you know, give and take. So we have Petr Yan and Marcus McGhee as the co-main event. This is honestly going to be an emotional roller coaster of a card for me, and I'll explain a little bit when we get to the actual fights. But Robert Whittaker and Petr Yan are two guys who I think are very formative in my love of MMA and kind of like two of the biggest reasons I got into the sport. So to see them both on the same card, it's awesome, but I'm going to be stressed, man. I'm going to be really stressed, but it should be a really fun card. We're going to go over prelims and main card today. A little bit of a switch from what we normally do.
We're starting a tradition. We're going to try to break down every fight from here on out. So
yeah,
we'll see how that lasts, but I think this is a great one to start it on.
We'll make it last. And we'll make it fun
for
you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a very good card. Abu Dhabi, it always puts on for Riyadh season, a season
that oil money.
Yeah, it's clearly, I always like the joke. It's like, when does Riyadh season end? And the answer is never, because it's always going on. Yeah, it'll be a very good card. Some very big names, some amazing UFC veterans that'll be tested against some newcomers in the UFC. RDR is a vet, but so is Whittaker. RDR is not a vet in the UFC. I think it'll be a great card in general, and I'm just excited to see it.
Well, let's just get right into it with the first fight, which is kind of rare to say. There's a ranked fighter to open up this card. It is Martin Buday against Marcus Buchecha. I believe that's how you pronounce that name. Buchecha making his UFC debut at 5-1. Martin Buday, number 13 in the rankings at 15-2. I'll go first for this one. This was, I believe, supposed to be against Mick Parkin for Buday, but got switched. Parkin had to pull out. The one thing that really stands out to me, Buchecha's an unbelievable jiu-jitsu fighter. He is 128, 13-1 in jiu-jitsu. That says a lot to me against Martin Buday, who's not necessarily a knockout artist. If you go to his win by, 40% of it goes to decision. So he's on the ground a lot. Maybe not on the ground a lot, but he's fighting a lot. If you look at his grappling, his takedown defense is at 100% though. So he is a hard guy to get down. That's the one thing. I think it might change here, and I'm going to go with Marcus Buchecha, who is the favorite in this fight, another UFC prospect. I know we've been kind of wrong about UFC prospects winning their first fight, especially at the heavyweight division, but I think he gets this one done. I think the fact that he's not facing like a fearsome striker right off the bat is really helpful for him, and I think that's going to benefit him. And he could arguably, if he wins this fight, he could prove himself to be one of the best jiu-jitsu fighters the heavyweight division has ever seen. So I'm going to go Buchecha by decision here. We'll start with that. So we'll go with that. I was a little skeptical of it, but I think that's where my gut is telling me to go. Chris, what you got? Or Srikar, whatever. Who wants to go first?
I mean, I'll take it. Yeah, Buday has been around the block for a long time. He's actually 6-1 in the UFC. So, you know, that's pretty good numbers no matter what division you're in my opinion. But you said it already, Sam. Buchecha is unbelievable at jiu-jitsu. I mean, this guy was grappling Gordon Ryan. Granted, it was in 2019, but still, like, I mean, he lost to Gordon Ryan, and who is one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world. I'm going to switch it up, though. I think Buday is going to get submitted, and I'm going to say it's going to happen early.
Ooh, damn, okay.
There is the over-under is 1.5. I don't know if it's going to be the first round, early in the second round. I think it's going to be like a Walter Walker performance from Buchecha, where, you know, obviously, and oh my God, I'm going to butcher Kennedy's name. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. But I think it's going to happen quick. So I'm going to go Buchecha by sub and under 1.5.
Kennedy Nizichukwu for all you.
Thank you. I was going to try and say it, and I know how to say it, but I didn't want to disrespect him like that and do that to him.
Yeah, man. Finally, we got a new heavyweight prospect. I mean, Marcus Buchecha, again, BJJ monster. He's won everything there is to win in grappling. He had some finishes early in ONE FC, then he lost to Rugrug, and now he's in the UFC. Buday is kind of like your classic cage clincher. He wants to hold you there, grind you out. Not much else to it. But Buchecha is the opposite. He's very slick on the mat. If Buday initiates the clinches, I think he's going to get tossed, and he will subsequently get tapped. I will go first round submission for Marcus Buchecha. I'm buying in early. This guy's really, really good.
Yep.
And I'm very excited to see how he does in his first fight. And I think Buday is a good matchup for him.
Yeah, definitely a favorable matchup. I think that's kind of why I picked him. You guys are a little less skeptical than I am about the first time UFC heavyweight prospects coming in.
Honestly,
seen this trend.
I could care less. This
Yeah,
guy's
I don't blame you. But let's move on to the next fight. At the featherweight division, the hometown guy, Mohammed Yahya, taking on Stephen Nguyen, both coming off losses. Srikar, I'll start with you for this one. Who you got winning this one?
Yeah, let's keep this really short. Nguyen, very scrappy guy. He's really gritty. He's durable. He comes to scrap, man. He really does. Mohammed Yahya, just not UFC caliber, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's here because he's from the region. Like, I'm pretty sure, what's his nickname? It's like the Emirates Warrior or something.
I believe so. I'll check that right now. I got you.
Yeah, he got smoked by Trevor Peake and then smoked by Caio Fernandez. Like,
sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What's the nickname? Let me know.
The UAE Warrior. Yep. Jinx, Sam, you owe me a soda.
Yeah, okay, nah. He's not the UAE Warrior in this one. Just no real standout skill for me. I'm going to go Steve Nguyen by TKO, and I think Yahya gets cut afterward. It's my prediction.
I'm not going to say anything more. I have the same thing as you, Srikar. You said it exactly. I don't think we're going to see Yahya long after this, so that's my prediction right there.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I think we're going to see Yahya, but in the PFL, where clearly they like the UAE Warriors or quote unquote over there.
You know what? He will be good for PFL.
I think
he will be good for PFL. I don't think he's UFC caliber right now. No. PFL works out well. I think featherweight there. I mean, PFL, I feel like you really don't hear much about these non-heavyweight fighters too much. So I think that's always a good thing to pay attention to.
Yeah, 100%. But we did have a middleweight. It's a middleweight chaos with Costello Van Steenis submitting Johnny Eblen in those final seconds. But that's neither here nor there. But you want a non-heavyweight fighter, there you go.
Yep.
Well, let's move on to the next fight. That is at the light heavyweight division. Ibo Aslan taking on Billy Elekana. I think that's how you pronounce that name.
Yes, Elekana.
Elekana. Yes, correct. I'm always checking my pronunciations, you know. Chris, I'll start with you for this one. Both fighters have 2 losses. What you have for this one?
I think Ibo Aslan is just straight up going to flatline Billy Elekana. After Elekana's last fight, pretty much giving up in the second round against Bogdan Guskov, who we're actually going to talk about later, who's the first fight of the main card. Elekana did all right against Guskov, didn't pose too much of a threat. I mean, he's an all right grappler. He's a fairly big fighter in the lightweight division. Light heavyweight, excuse me. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I'm a really high on Ibo Aslan. I've been high on him since he entered the UFC. And I think he just he ran into Jan Kutalaba, who is a solid veteran. And I wouldn't say a gatekeeper, but if you play your cards wrong against him, he's going to shove all in on you and you might have to fold. And Ibo Aslan folded in that, but I think this is a great matchup for him. I have Ibo Aslan by KO TKO.
Sam, you got the same thing?
I have the same thing. I think just look at this guy striking. This is a striker against a guy who hasn't proven too much in the UFC. He's only had 1 fight, and like you said, it was against Bogdan Guskov. I have some thoughts on Guskov later. We'll talk about that. Wink, wink a little bit if you kind of get where I'm going there. But Ibo Aslan, that's my pick for this one. I got it by knockout. I think he'll avenge that loss against Kutalaba. I think that's who it is.
Kutalaba.
Kutalaba. So, good gatekeeper there. But I think Aslan wins this fight and boosts his stock up a little bit more. Also, he'll have the crowd going against him, Muslim fighters. So that's always a big thing.
The Last Ottoman. That's a fire nickname, too. I like it.
That is a great nickname.
Sam, that was a really interesting wink, and now I'm excited to break down Krylov and Guskov. But Ibo Aslan and Billy Elekana, Ibo Aslan is literally like Sergey Pavlovich if he was at light heavyweight. all offense early, no gas tank, no grappling,
no defense.
Elekana, he did nearly finish Guskov, and then he gave up, like literally gave up.
That's what I said.
If that's the guy that Elekana is, then Aslan's going to knock him out. So I'll go Ibo Aslan by first round knockout. And I think, this one's going to finish early for sure.
I agree with that completely. Mm-hmm. Well, we're steamrolling through these now to kind of, I guess if you're a women's strawweight fan, kind of a banger right here. Amanda Ribas versus Tabatha Ricci. Both coming off losses. Again, that's one a common theme. A lot of these fighters are coming off losses. I'm not going to say contenders in the strawweight division. They obviously have to prove more, but two women that are ranked. Chris, I'll start off with you. Who do you got for this one? This is the first ranked fight. Both of these guys are ranked, or both of these women are ranked, I should say, on this card.
I'll just pull off the Band-Aid. I have Tabatha Ricci by submission. I don't think this is going to go to decision. I think that she's a great jiu-jitsu artist. She is undersized, though. She's only 5'1", and you know what? I'm going to double-check that just because the UFC website loves to play with me. 5'1". She is undersized, but she's solid. Like, she can put pressure on, even though, obviously, she's a strawweight, excuse me.
Yeah, this is strawweight.
She just is like a pressure grappler. And if you really can't avoid that with your striking or just distance control, I think that she's going to get to you. And I really think that Ricci has all the tools to finish it. And, you know, she's 11-3 and her losses are very good in terms of the quality of opponent. Like Yan Xiaonan, she just came off a unanimous decision. Lupi Godinez and Manon Fiore. I think those are pretty good losses, if you ask me. And the thing is, Ribas is susceptible to finishes. Every time she's lost. She's actually lost by finish 3 times and decision twice. So you know what? I'm not gonna say like she's a world beater when it comes, or I'm not gonna say Ricci's a world beater, but she just lost to Mackenzie Dern by armbar, and it was actually at the end of the fight. So I don't know. I like her by submission.
No, it was a 5-rounder, Chris.
Oh, it was
the 3rd round.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm like,
yes,
I'm out of my head right now. But still, all I know is I'm gonna stick with Ricci to get the finish here. I think she can do it. But Tabatha Ricci is my pick.
I like the Ricci. Or sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, Sam, go ahead. You got it, bro.
Well, I was gonna say I like the Ricci pick a lot. I'm also gonna go Ricci. Ribas is she's been on a bit of a slump, needs to get out of that. And I think Ricci has, like you said, Chris, won a lot of good fights. And the fighters that she's lost to have also been fantastic fighters. So, Lupi Godinez, Manon Fiore, and Yan Xiaonan. So there's a lot going for Ricci right now. I know the losses aren't great. Obviously, having that on your record, but the fighters she's fought against are some of the best events. I think this is a great matchup for her to kind of get over that hump and back into that contention a little bit. Yep. She's always been there. But at the end of the day, I think Ribas is just kind of falling off, a little bit. I got Ricci. I do think it's going to go to decision, though. I think Ribas is very experienced as well, and I think that will play into the fact of this fight. But I got Ricci by decision this one. I think it'll probably be a UD, though. I don't expect this to be a split decision.
Yeah, Ribas is a very solid volume striker, but obviously very much so weaknesses in the grappling. Ricci's a wrestler, simple as that. If she sticks to the game plan, mixes in the takedowns, she's going to win this. I'll also go Ricci by decision. It's just very bad stylistic matchup for Ribas in this one, but pretty easy one. I don't think we've had any differences so far, actually.
No, we're all unanimous. I feel like this undercard is very. There's a clear. I mean, this one actually there's not really a clear favorite for that. If I'm checking the odds right now, Ricci is actually the underdog in this.
I actually looked at
Ricci at underdog money. Bet that, man.
I'm a little. That's an interesting one. I mean, I did say bet Marvin Vettori underdog, slammed that last week, and that didn't really work out for me. But
me too.
That's interesting. I think this could be our first upset of the night. And don't get me wrong, Ribas is an amazing fighter. I will say don't count her out. But at the end of the day, I just think she's on such a downward trajectory right now when Ricci is kind of going up a little bit. I know that last loss puts her down a little bit back, but I think after this one, I think she's going to be up, pushing her name towards contention soon. Obviously, there's a lot more to prove, but Just throwing that out there.
I mean, how can you not root for Baby Shark? Baby
Don't do
Shark.
this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't
All
do
right,
this.
next
Don't do
fight.
this.
Anyways,
Go to the next fight. Don't do this.
Let's do the bantamweight fight.
Sorry,
Davey
I have
Grant-
too many little cousins.
There you go. Davey Grant and Damon Blackshear. I'll go first for this one. I got Blackshear by submission. I mean, just look at the submissions he has done in the past. Kimura choke, rear naked choke, twister, gilly choke, silly gilly goose, arm triangle. Yeah, he's also great at ground and pound, ref stoppages. I just think he's the much more dominant fighter on this card. Also, I mean, the size, there's a bit of a size advantage, 5'8" versus 5'10", bit of a longer reach as well. And 5'10" for a bantamweight, that no joke right there. I got Blackshear by submission for this one. He's a submission artist. I mean, they both are kind of submission artists. It's really when you go to the grappling. I think this is a much better grappler over here going for takedown. So this will be a fight on the ground. And I think at the end of the day, Blackshear is the better grappler. So I'm going Blackshear by submission for this one.
Yeah, this one is going to be literal chaos. Like this is going to be fight of the night. Blackshear, you mentioned the grappling, how good he is at grappling. I feel like it actually kind of goes underrated. Like he is one of the few guys to pull off a twister in the UFC. He's low-key got hands too. The only problem is his cardio does fade a little bit.
Yes.
Davey Grant, literally the opposite. Like wild striker, like literal dog in the pocket, iron shin. Literally. I think this is going to be a back and forth fight. But I'll side with youth. I'll side with momentum. I'm going to go Blackshear by decision, but this is going to be a war. Grant always brings it. I don't think he's going to get submitted. I expect this to be 3 rounds of absolute chaos. So I'll go Blackshear by decision.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that too, Srikar. I think that Damon Blackshear can 100% get it done on the ground. Like you said, Sam, he can do it in any form or facet that he wants. And he does have hands too. Like he can throw. But I feel like that if he does start throwing, that'll thrive or just feed right into what Davey Grant wants. He wants an absolute war. And I think that Blackshear is going to need to play it smart. But I'm going to take him by decision because, I mean, the people that Davey Grant's only lost by submission 3 times. And the people he's lost to are nowhere near the UFC now and weren't, not very good. Actually, I should not say that at all. They were okay, but names that no casual would ever hear about ever. He hasn't lost by submission in 7 years, though. So you know what? That might be something that he's worked on because the people that he's fought, have the tools to submit him and haven't been able to. So I'm going to go with Blackshear by decision. I think that's a good pick, Srikar.
Interesting. So I feel like I have, how many finishes do I have on this? I have 3 finishes and 2 decisions, but it's funny. The decisions I have, you guys have been saying kind of the opposite, more submission for this one. So we're agreeing with the picks, but there's a lot of disagreeing right now with how they're going to be done. This one though, I don't think there will be much disagreement on how this fight will end, no matter who the winner is. Carlos Leal and Muslim Salikov. I won't go for my pick. I want to hear what you guys have to say, but I'll just leave it on the significant strikes tab because this is going to be an all-out war when it comes to striking. I think the last one you get a grappling war followed by a striking war. So it's the best of both worlds back to back right now. Srikar, I'll start with you for this one. Who you got?
Classic matchup here, man. Muslim Salikov, King of Kung Fu.
Kung Fu.
Yes.
The 41-year-old King of Kung Fu. But still dangerous with the spinning attacks.
Yep.
Carlos Leal is like the newer blood, heavy hands, strong boxing, great takedown defense. I think Leal's pressure is going to be too much. Like Salikov does not like being put on the back foot. He works a lot better when he can apply the pressure on the other opponent. So I'm going to go with Carlos Leal by TKO. I think he'll get it done by finish. This is honestly my lock of the card. Like I think Carlos Leal gets it done. This guy's really good. Salikov is definitely a game opponent. But the age difference, I just feel like there's too much siding with Carlos in this case. So give me Carlos by TKO.
Yeah, I definitely think Carlos is going to win this fight as well. And I think that I really do not see it going to decision. And I pray it doesn't go to decision. And I know we've talked about robberies and whatever. But the last time Carlos Leal fought in Abu Dhabi, He suffered a treacherous robbery to Rinat Fakhretdinov. I think he ended the fight at like -700, and that's why I don't trust betting odds, live betting odds.
And it was a UD too.
It was a UD.
Insane.
And even I believe the amount, like I forgot who was on the call.
29-28, 29-28, and 30-27.
Yeah, there is absolutely no way on God's green earth that he lost that fight 30-27. Honestly, lost the fight at all. But I think he's gonna realize that because, hey, look, we like to talk about trends and everything. I like to talk about trends. If there's a V at the end of your name or an Av or anything that signifies you to the region of Abu Dhabi that Abu Dhabi's in, and it goes to the judge's scorecard, you are getting the nod. If it's a close fight, you are getting the nod. And clearly, if it's not a close fight, you might get the nod. I think Carlos Leal is going to learn from that, and he's going to beep, 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 beep. That's going to be Salikov at the end of the fight.
That's great. Yeah, I also got Leal by knockout here. He's on a tear right now. We say he should have won that last fight against Rinat, and then he was like, okay, I lost this fight. All right, I'm just gonna dismantle Alex Morono at UFC 313.
Yep.
I got Leal here, up and coming prospect. Salikov, the king of kung fu, man. His time is almost up. I mean, he's been doing great for such an old fighter, I will say. But Leal, I think this is too tough of a matchup for him. It's unfortunate that he's kind of fighting down a little bit for where he should be. I think this is a guy who he's won 2 fights in a row, should be fighting up. It's a bit of an unfortunate matchup. But I think Leal makes quick work of him. I'll even put it'll be before round. This will be a round 1 knockout in my opinion. I'm gonna go really quick.
I think Salikov survives a round.
Yeah,
I was gonna say. So I was debating between 1 and 1.5. I'm not gonna lie, but it's a 3-round fight, obviously. So I was trying to be quick with it. But I think Leal gets us done nonetheless. So let's move on. The last fight of the prelims, an absolute banger card, a fight that I believe should be on the main card. Lord Voldemort over here, I won't say his name because I really do not like that fighter, versus Said Nurmagomedov.
It's Bryce Mitchell, everyone, because if you're watching this on Spotify, you're not going to know who we're talking about.
Yeah,
but
it's Bryce Mitchell. It's Bryce Mitchell. I'm just playing.
Or as John Silva says, Bryce Mitchell.
Bryce Mitchell. Yeah. Go watch what John Silva said about Bryce Mitchell in the press conference. It's pure entertainment. Srikar, I'll start with you for this one. I believe this is Bryce Mitchell's debut at bantamweight. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So, all right. So who you got for this one? His bantamweight debut against Said Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, Mitchell's dropping to 135. I don't get it, man. He wasn't even big at featherweight, and now you go down and you're fighting faster guys, you're fighting more technical guys. I don't know, man. Said is an awkward, very slick striker. He's also great at snatching submissions. I just don't trust Bryce to make this work at bantamweight. If I'm being so for real, I'll go Said Nurmagomedov by decision. Maybe he gets a submission in the 3rd round, but I think this will go the distance. I'll go Said Nurmagomedov.
Do you want to take
what you got?
I get it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what to think of this fight. When I first saw it, I was like, wow, this really is a pick'em fight. And
it is.
Definitely,
this is a tough one.
Yeah, it definitely shows that on the betting lines. I mean, what Bryce Mitchell did to, he's done to good opponents at featherweight. We're not mentioning Crone Gracie. I'm not talking about that, but that was impressive too. I mean, he just slammed him on his head. But he landed 26 strikes in that fight. Crone Gracie landed 6, significant, which is hilarious. By the way, Bryce Mitchell has beaten great grapplers though. Dan Ige, Andre Feely, and I mean, Edson Barbosa is a striker, but he just completely dominated him. And that was kind of Edson is still Edson. He's a great fighter. But my mind wants me to pick Bryce Mitchell but at the same time, it's kind of like I said before, if it's a close fight and it goes to the judges' scorecards, I can't trust that he's going to get that nod. And I think that he's the better fighter, in my opinion. and that's no slight to Nurmagomedov. He's also very good. But I'm gonna bank on it going to decision. I think it's gonna go to decision. I don't think anyone's gonna get finished.
We've already bet against enough, Chris.
Yes, but that's different. That's not pick'em. Speaking of that, I actually just got texted for my boys' picks this weekend. That is hilarious. Let's see who he picked. I'll give him a shout. Oh wow, he has Bryce Mitchell as a lock.
Wow. Oh, I don't know about that one.
Yo, shout out Bogey. I'm gonna fade you. I'm going Saeed Nurmagomedov by decision.
Oh my god. So we have
No, shout out Bogey. I love you though. You're my dog for life.
Well, I'll be. You know what?
That is crazy.
So you're the
timing,
opposite. You're saying that your head says Bryce Mitchell, your gut's telling you Saeed Nurmagomedov. Is that correct?
Like,
Or your heart?
It's my all right. Half my brain is telling me Bryce Mitchell, like I guess whatever half you make decisions with, and then the other half is like, but remember the judges' scorecards and how they love the Obs or the Nurmagomedovs.
Yeah, you know,
I'm telling you, if it's close, it's going to him. It's going to Nurmagomedov.
You should pick Bryce Mitchell, Sam.
So let me get to that real quick, Srikar.
Oh no, bro! You can't talk about how you hate this guy and you're gonna pick him.
So this is what I'm saying. My head is telling me, "Oh, you can't pick Bryce Mitchell." What is he has said?
No,
it's horrible.
That's your heart. That's your heart.
Yeah. Well, my heart is telling me Saeed Nurmagomedov, and my head is telling me Bryce Mitchell. So I'm gonna go Bryce Mitchell for this one. Definitely not my lock of the night, though. This is the one I'm most conflicted about out of all of these fights, by far and away. What's doing it for me is you mentioned it, Chris. Some of these grapplers that Bryce Mitchell has fought.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty impressive. He has a pretty impressive resume when it comes to grapplers. Saeed Nurmagomedov is a pretty impressive grappler too. And when it comes to Saeed Nurmagomedov, some of these, there's not much on his resume you look at. Vinicius Oliveira, Rayoni Barcelos. Those are the two guys that really stand out. Both losses. 18-4 does speak a lot. I will give that to him. But I also think Bryce Mitchell, the fact that he's fought bigger guys, he's moving out of the bantamweight, which is an interesting decision. And he's fought bigger guys before. Now he's fighting someone smaller, someone who's gonna want to be on the ground. I feel like I have to go Bryce Mitchell. I'm gonna go by decision too. I don't think Saeed Nurmagomedov will get submitted. It's tough though. I mean, you mentioned these judges, man. So I don't know. I think I'm going to go Bryce Mitchell by decision. That's what my head's telling me. I'm kind of ignoring this judge factor. So the first lone wolf of the night, Bryce Mitchell by decision by yours truly.
Is that the first difference we've had?
I believe that is. Yeah. That's what I was saying. I think the rest of the card.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is the first.
Yeah. I was like, the rest of the card, cool. I feel like has been pretty easy for me to
pick besides the fuck except for Ricci. So
yeah, besides Ricci, I mean, I feel way more confident about Ricci than I do with Bryce Mitchell.
Okay,
but that's the prelims for you. 6 on the prelims, I believe. Yes, 7 on the prelims. Excuse me. Now to the main card: Nikita Krylov versus Bogdan Guskov, a ranked fight in the light heavyweight division. Krylov coming off that loss to Dom Cruz, whereas Bogdan Guskov on a 3-fight win streak at this point. I know it doesn't say that here. Now, I'll start this one off because I gave you a little wink when I was talking about – who was I talking about? I was talking about
Guskov.
Oh, I was talking about Elekana. I was talking about Elekana down below, how he lost to Guskov.
Yeah.
You look at Bogdan Guskov's resume. Out of all the fighters on this card, I've talked about some impressive resumes, some not impressive resumes. Bogdan Guskov's resume does not impress me at all. A lot of his wins have come through he's getting dominated and then like just a strike, lights out. He's a striker. Don't get me wrong. He's a dangerous fighter. You make one mistake, you're out. But this is Nikita Krylov, who I believe is a very experienced fighter. Look at that record. He has 40 UFC fights, still one of the better fighters in the light heavyweight division. I know Guskov's on a 3-fight win streak. A lot of the wins also they haven't been impressive. A lot of the higher guys he's fought, he hasn't won against. I'm going to go Krylov here. Let's go. Oh, this is tough. I think I'm going to go Krylov. And it's really tough for me to pick submission, knockout, or decision. I'm going to go by I'm gonna go
By the
by
way,
submission.
Sam, he is 40 pro fights, not UFC fights. That'd be awesome though.
Excuse me. Yeah, 40 UFC fights. Thanks for correcting me.
I got you.
I'm gonna go Krylov by submission. I feel like he's a little smarter. And I feel like this is where he can kind of dominate the fight, and get Guskov on the ground to the point where Guskov will not strike him at any point. I feel like that's kind of the best way for him to win is by submission. So I'm gonna go Krylov by submission here. I could really see this going either way, with knockout or submission or submission for Nikita Krylov, I should say.
Chris, you got it.
Nah, you got it. I want to hear what you have to say because I have a feeling I'm going in a different direction.
Okay.
Ooh.
Guskov, I'll show him some love, man. He's been low-key building a wave of momentum. He's finished all 3 of his UFC fights so far. And when I say finishing, I mean finishing, man. Like this guy doesn't do decisions. His striking is really, really funky. Like he throws from really weird angles, but man, it works. Heavy power.
Yep.
Really creative kickboxing. He's surprisingly slick with his grappling too. I mean, he can scramble. He is.
Let me look at this.
His timing under pressure is pretty sharp. I mean, he thrives in chaos, and honestly, I'll go as far as say he kind of creates the chaos as well. On the other side, you've got Krylov. This is one of the most unpredictable dudes at 205. He's kind of an OG at this point, but you still never really know what you're going to get. Like his bread and butter is the grappling for sure. Nasty ground and pound. Definitely loves the body lock takedowns. He's great once he gets your back or once he hops on mount, just choke you out or just smash you from the top. On the feet, it's a bit messier. He's not super technical, but I think he makes up for it with the amount of volume he throws at and the intensity that he throws at. He throws a lot and he throws hard. Here's the thing, though. If this were a fresh Krylov, full camp, no recent damage, I'd probably pick him. Guskov can be a bit wild on the ground. Like Sam, I agree with you. He scrambles a little too much. He leaves openings.
Yeah.
Against a strong physical grappler like Krylov, that's usually a problem. And on the feet, yeah, Guskov is unique, but he's not exactly like, dominant. But Krylov is coming off a nasty knockout loss in April.
Oh my God, you're going in the same direction I was going to go.
And he's jumping back in pretty fast. Add that to the fact he's had a long, unexplained layoff before that fight. And it just feels like his body's starting to wear down. Like 40 pro fights will do that to you. We dropped that off when Sam was giving his pick. So yeah, this honestly, to me, this feels like a bit of a setup. Like it looks competitive on paper, but it's a winnable fight for Guskov. The UFC clearly wants to elevate Guskov.
Yep.
I think he jumps on Krylov early, and I think he makes a statement. I'm going to go Bogdan Guskov by first round knockout.
Wow.
Dude, you went in the exact same direction I was traveling in, man. I thought I was going to be the lone wolf because Srikar, we had a conversation, what was it, a couple of days ago? You're like, man, Guskov's not that good. Like, whatever. I think
Chris, I played chess, not checkers.
There you go.
Well, you know what? I fell for the trap because I was going to take Guskov anyway.
Parity, man.
I was going to take Guskov anyway. Like, look, it's crazy that he's like a jiu-jitsu black belt, jiu-jitsu brown belt, excuse me. And he has suspect grappling, which like somehow makes no sense. He's also a Sambo black belt. He's a master of sport. That is a very high accomplishment. And yeah, Krylov, like you said, he's an OG. He's been around the block, bro. 40 pro fights is no joke. And he's won 30 of them. And the people he's lost to are, very good quality opponents. And I think people are, looking at both of them at the same time. It's like, oh, well, Krylov, he beat Volkan Oezdemir, and Guskov lost Oezdemir. That was Guskov's UFC debut, and they gave him someone so high as Oezdemir that they're like, we believe in you. And you're right, he's very unorthodox. These guys both just rush in. They just throw caution to the wind constantly. And Guskov is not the guy you want to do that to. He has an extremely accurate jab. He's a pressure fighter. And he has the power to put your lights out. And in my opinion, for all the experience that Krylov has, he still overextends a lot on a lot of his punches, which I would think that at a point you just get it tight and have clean boxing. We saw it against Dominic Reyes. He overextended. Boom. He was lights out on the floor. And I really think that, as a 32-year-old, I believe he's 32. Let me double check that. I think he's 32. 33 now. He just turned 33. As a 33-year-old, dude, you just got like brutally knocked out and you're trying to come back in 3 months. Like, you should take it like probably 6 months off, recuperate, at least learn from what just happened, and just kind of let the physical like damage kind of rework itself. I think Guskov, he's good, man. He's really good, and he low-key is flying under the radar. And I think this is the fight that really people are going to be like, wow, Bogdan Guskov is for real. And I'm going with you, Srikar. I don't know about first round, but I see Bogdan Guskov shutting Krylov's lights out like completely. I think he's going to suffer another brutal knockout, and everyone's going to remember who Guskov is after this one. So book it. Bogdan Guskov.
I'm a little surprised I'm the lone wolf for this one. I thought
Guskov is plus 155 too.
Yeah. I was thinking that more people would hop on my side, but I guess I'm the lone wolf here. Starting off the parity back-to-back fights.
Like, Krylov, look, my long story short, Krylov can get chinned. Like, he lets up the opportunity to get chinned, and Guskov can chin someone.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's gonna happen
for sure.
Well, let's move on to the flyweight division with Asu Almabayev, who was initially supposed to fight Tahir Ulubakov.
Or no, he was supposed to fight Ramazan Temirov.
Yeah.
On the card.
Yep.
Oh, you're right. It was Temirov.
Tagir was supposed to fight Kyoji Horiguchi, which would have been a banger.
That would have been crazy.
Well, I think we have another banger here too. Asu Almabayev and Jose Ochoa, literally a pick'em, I believe at this point. This last I checked is literally a pick'em. Mm-hmm. We're gonna pick these fights. Chris, what you got for this one?
Oof, I don't know if this is gonna be a popular opinion. Dude, I think Jose Ochoa is really, really good. Has very creative striking skills. I wouldn't call it unorthodox. I'd call it creative. And dude, you cannot let him touch you up because he's gonna shut your lights out. Just like I talked about Guskov, this guy has power at flyweight, which is crazy. What he just did to Cody,
man. Look at 88% win by knockout.
Like, I mean, look, but that's kind of skewed because he has 9 fights. But
yeah, that is true.
What he did to Cody Durden was crazy, absolutely crazy. And I hate talking about recency bias, and honestly, I'm like trying to rework recency bias in my head after what happened with Pitbull and Ige. But we just saw Asu Almabayev get pretty much destroyed by Manel Kape, a very good striker. Obviously, if it gets to the ground, Asu has the 100% advantage. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's going to get to the ground. I think Ochoa is going to do it. I'm going to call Jose Ochoa by knockout. I think I don't know if it's going to happen in the first round, second round. It's not seeing a third round. I'm calling it.
Sam?
Yeah, I also got Jose Ochoa into this one, I think. And you look at the grappling stats, too, if I pull them back up. His takedown defense isn't bad at all. I know he doesn't go to the ground that much. That's because he has such dynamite in his hands. I think this is not a great fight for Almabayev, especially I think the previous fight schedule for him was a lot better than this. Jose Ochoa wins this fight, jumps into the rankings. And I'm not saying he's a contender yet. He's got a lot more to prove. But just imagine him and Josh Van. That would be pure war in the flyweight division. So I got Jose Ochoa by knockout for this one.
Yeah, this is a banger. Jose Ochoa had a crazy run on the regional scene, 100% finishing rate, which is wild for a flyweight.
Yeah, right.
Lost his debut to Loner Kavanaugh, who's the best prospect in the division.
Loner is insane.
But he bounced back, nasty knockout over Cody Durden. It was like a month ago, right? On the Atlanta card. Asu Almabayev also had a strong regional run. He lost to Tagir Ulanbekov. He became a champ afterward, then went 4-0 in the UFC. Got outclassed by Manel Kape. There were some eye pokes in that fight, for sure, but he got dominated regardless. Almabayev's a really strong wrestler, just like physical, really good pace, great top control, but he struggles a lot when someone can put the pressure on him. Ochoa's a very fast starter. He's got real knockout power. He's got the killer instinct. He's got the it factor, man. I think he's going to also win against Aslan Mabayev. I'll go Jose Ochoa by TKO. I think he's going to get it done, and all three of us agree. So there we go.
And for
I'm a
those
little
who are
surprised
betting,
all three of us agree.
and those who are betting and like to look into like lines and why lines are set at a certain thing, wouldn't you think it's weird that Aslan Mabayev is the number 9 contender in the flyweight division and Jose Ochoa is unranked and it's a pick'em?
Mind you, Ochoa is taking this on short notice.
Yep.
Yes,
and it's
that
still
too.
a pick'em. So
Mhm.
Peru,
That does say a lot.
Peru, you got one.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to a middleweight fight. Shara Bullet fighting back in Abu Dhabi against Marc-Andre Barriault. I believe that's how you pronounce that.
Yeah,
Power bar.
Barrio. Power bar, baby.
Power bar, yes, sir. Well, I think I'll start here. You remember what happened the last time Shara Bullet fought in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, double spinning back fist. Never seen anything like that before.
It's not going to be like that, but I think he knocks out Marc-Andre. He knocks out Marc-Andre Barriault again. I'm terrible at pronouncing
It's
names.
French. Barrio. Yeah, Barrio. Got it. Yeah, I'm like the French names always get me, man. I just see them and I'm like, I got it. I always pronounce it one runs
way.
from the French names.
Yeah, I need to run Marc-Andre. We'll put it that way. The striking for Shara Bullet is second to none. I know he lost to Michael Benham Page. A lot of people were like, fraud check. This guy's not a fraud. I think this is a good fight down for him. He wins this fight. He gets another ranked opportunity after kind of crazy what he's already done. 15-1. That does speak a lot for me. So I got him. I got Shara Bullet by KO in this one. Srikar, what you got for that?
Shara Bullet is the only one-eyed fighter in the UFC, if you guys don't know that.
Yeah, that is true.
And he's super, super flashy. Tons of kicks, very wild movement. Marc-Andre Barriault is more of like a meat and potatoes kind of fighter. Like he wants to clinch. He wants to rough you up. I don't think Shara is going to knock him out. I think Shara is going to outpoint him from range. Like this is definitely going to be a point fight for him. And I think he'll take a decision. So give me Shara by decision. I don't think he's going to get knocked out, but this should be a clear win and a good rebound for Shara Magomedov.
Yeah, definitely. And it's so funny because, I'm just going to mention the MVP fight because you kind of prefaced it for me, Sam. I feel like people don't really know who MVP actually is. Like, he's one of the most talented fighters of this generation, honestly, in MMA, like, ever. He's insane. And he, like, stylistically, it's like styles make fights. I mean, I think putting two kickboxers together is a perfect, like, styles make fights because who doesn't want to see two kickboxers going at it? Especially unorthodox kickboxers.
I agree.
But, yeah, I think Barriault is a kill-or-be-killed fighter. He has insane power. And, he's really going to have to close the distance, which is something that Shara Bullet is very good at keeping. And if he can do that, he can 1,000% land one on Shara Bullet's chin. But at the same time, I don't think that's going to happen. I think he can go to decision because I think he's going to be smarter than that. I don't see a knockout. He also has an iron chin. So that Shara's going to have to hit him with something crazy to knock him out, in my opinion, like a double back fist, like one way and the other way. But Shara's very good at combos, like attacking everywhere. So you don't even know where the next strike is coming. And I think that if he does that, he can definitely knock him out. I don't see it happening. But Shara Bullet, man, he's so good. I mean, can the USA like fix his visa situation so he can actually like fight in America? Like, I don't want to see this guy once a year in Abu Dhabi. I want to see him fight.
Well, he can't be sanctioned in the US. Isn't that his deal?
That is true, but also he doesn't have a visa, so they wouldn't do that. Also, you know what? Screw that. All the athletic commissions out there sanction this guy. He can clearly fight. You see it. What is the problem? Like, I understand if he didn't do it, like if he hasn't fought before, you'd be like, all right, maybe I'm nervous. The dude is 15-1. What more does he have to prove? He's a one-eyed
some
killer.
Pretty damn good fighters on the resume. Armin Petrosian's pretty good.
Yeah, I love Armin Petrosian. He's a very good fighter. Like, sanction this guy. And get him a visa too, because let him enjoy America.
Well, from one Russian to another, middleweight to bantamweight, the new co-main event, Petr Yan and Marcus McGhee. Srikar, I'll start with you for this one because I know you've had a lot of thoughts on Petr Yan in the past.
Wait,
Positive.
if I go first on this, can I go first for Whittaker too? Like,
Sure, do it.
Oh,
We got
okay.
it. Yeah, I'll let you start with this one. What
You can
got?
do whatever you
on
want.
those conditions, I'll go first. All right, this is a banger, man. First off, full credit to Petr Yan for taking this fight. This isn't a
1000%.
matchup. This is not a matchup he needed, but he's stepping up. He's doing the UFC a favor. Honestly, if he's anywhere near his best, he might just cruise through it. Because when Jan's dialed in, he is one of the most complete high IQ fighters in this sport. You're talking about clean, high volume boxing, nasty body kicks, very, very slick trips in the clinch, sharp elbows. Like, it's all there. And what really, really sets him apart is how he can read a fight. The guy makes adjustments mid-fight like almost nobody else can.
Yes.
Now, across from him is Marcus McGhee, and this is easily the biggest stage of his career. Don't count him out. That's what I'll say. McGhee, he might look like a brawler when you first watch him, but he's actually super technical, really, really good striker. He's got great timing. He mixes it up well with his hands and feet. And he brings really solid pressure without gassing himself out. Like, his shot selection is really good. That said, McGhee is entering Jan's world in this fight, which is a measured, technical, very like counter-heavy striking battle. And McGhee can definitely hang in the pocket, and he's probably going to make this competitive early on. But he just hasn't been in there with someone as complete, as composed, as punishing as Petr Yan.
Mm-hmm.
If this fight goes the distance, and I think it will, McGee's toughness, his crafty striking, it should keep him in it. But ultimately, we've seen McGhee overextend before. He's left himself open to shots against counter strikers who aren't even in the same galaxy as Yan. Like, that's a big problem.
Yep.
So yeah, McGee's got tools, and he's going to learn a lot from this one. But it feels like he's jumping into the deep end of the pool a bit too early. I think Jan's experience, his depth, again, his ability to adapt, those are all going to be the differences in this fight. Give me Petr Yan by a clear, unanimous decision, whether it's 30-27 or 29-28. I think he's going to take 2 or 3 rounds very clearly. Now, my bet for this fight, I would say wait until the first round is done so you can get better odds on Petr Yan, because I think there is a world where McGhee takes the first round. And Petr Yan is minus 460 right now. Those are not good odds to bet on him on. So I would wait until the first round is done. Hopefully you can get him to like a minus 200 or under. And if that's the case, bet it, man, because Petr Yan is going to adjust. That is a guy you trust to adjust more than anyone in the UFC. So again, give me Petr Yan by unanimous decision.
You want to take it, Sam?
Yeah, this is one of those fights where when it was first scheduled, I'm like, what are we doing here? Frankly, Petr Yan is on a different planet than Marcus McGhee. That's not disrespect to Marcus McGhee, but you have a guy at 10-1 who needs to prove a lot more in the UFC, in my opinion, versus a guy who, in my opinion, should have got the title shot over Sean O'Malley in the bantamweight division. I think Sandhagen's fine for UFC 320. We talked about that on last pod. Go check that out, by the way. But Petr Yan, it feels like he's being a little disrespected by the UFC. And I guess my best guess is just because he goes to decision so much that they don't want like a decision artist. It's the same thing with like Bilal Mohammed. They didn't put Merab up there for a while, but now like Merab's becoming a superstar at the bantamweight division. I don't think it's going to matter at the end of the day. I think Merab would smoke him. But at the end of the day, that's a discussion.
Smoke is crazy.
Wait, smoke
here
who?
nor there.
Smoke
Petr
who?
Yan.
Nah,
Yeah, that's a discussion for another day.
Oof.
But in this fight, I think Petr Yan's going
agree with that. But that again, I'll debate it another time.
Yeah, we can debate another time. But for this, give me Petr Yan by decision as well. Will be a UD, like Srikar said. I just think he outclasses McGhee. Like, frankly, that's all I really need to say. This is just a different class. Shout out to McGhee for taking this fight. I think this is a very tough fight. And if he does win, I think that would really shake up the bantamweight division, because then you have a new contender right there in front of your eyes. And this could be potentially a title eliminator fight, depending on what they do with Song Yadong and Umar Nurmagomedov. You have a potential title eliminator right here. So definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I mean, if you're seeing this as like a title eliminator, I think it would be title eliminator for Petr Yan only. Like, I think
I agree.
if he loses, then he's out of the picture. I'm not putting Marcus McGhee in the picture. But at the same time, it's like we're going back to like prior fights of these fighters in Abu Dhabi. Dude, it feels like a trap. I don't know why, but I mean, from what happened with O'Malley and Yan, and look, I was on the right side of that betting wise, and
Marcus McGhee is not Sean O'Malley though.
No, I know. And the thing is, I think the reason that O'Malley got that nod is because look, the judges, like the UFC does not employ the judges. That's not how it works. But I always have like a slight feeling that it's like, you know who they want to push and who they don't want to push. So you
do.
Regardless of the fact. Marcus McGhee is not bad. Like, he's a very good fighter. But you guys have both said it. He's unproven against like high level competition. And I think Petr Yan is one of the highest levels that you can get. I mean, who really knows how far Petr Yan could have gone with that bantamweight belt if he didn't knee Aljamain Sterling while he was down? If he didn't get the belt stripped from him, I think I think the entire bantamweight, like the past history of the bantamweights for the past like what 5 years ish, 4 years, I think it's completely different. I think that he's still awesome. And that's why I kind of made that face when you said Merab would smoke him, Sam. I was like, I don't know. I mean, Merab shot 49 takedowns and only got 11. The fact that Merab shot 49 takedowns is impressive in its own right. But Petr Yan is an amazing wrestler. If he wants to take Marcus McGhee down and just chill down there and wrestle, he 100% could. He doesn't even have to strike with McGhee. But the thing is, he's such a dog that his boxing is also very good. I think my lock of the night, I really think Petr Yan by decision. I don't see Marcus McGhee. I
don't hate that.
I don't see him, I don't see him finishing Petr Yan. Excuse me. Sorry. That took me a little bit to say. I was kind of like thinking about it while I was talking. But at the same time, I don't think I can see Yan finishing Marcus McGhee. Because, Marcus McGhee, look, he has 11 fights, but he's 35. Like, this guy's not going to throw away everything. And he's a smart fighter, in my opinion. But I just think Jan's going to outclass him. I honestly could see a straight up 30-27. And Srikar, you said that McGhee could get around. He definitely could. But at the same time,
if he's getting any round, it's going to be the first round.
I was going to say, yeah, if he's going to get anyone, it's going to be the first, because Petr Yan knows how to turn it up when he wants to turn it up. And he's just someone that you really don't want to fight. And just slightly back to the title eliminator, and then we can go to the main event. I think that at the same time, Petr Yan, if he wins this fight, should 100% be next in line. I actually see no reason that he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I don't think Song Yadong and Umar should be a title eliminator. I really think this is the title eliminator.
Petr Yan beat Song Yadong.
Exactly.
Exactly. I completely agree with that.
And Umar lost to Merab, so if he beats Song Yadong, he's not getting another shot that quick. I think that Yan takes it by decision, and I'm actually going to put a lock on that. Let's lock it up.
And Merab's an active fighter. If Petr Yan wins, timeline will work out by maybe January or February. These two can fight. So I think the timeline will end up working out better for Petr Yan at the end of the day. Just get him ready. Someone who's a little less active. Get him ready for that title shot coming up. 3-fight win streak, former champion, number 3 fighter. I think you got to do it. So you unanimous all around for that on the unanimous decision. Now to the main event. Robert Whittaker coming off his loss when he got ragdolled by Khamzat Chimaev. Reiner De Ridder 20-2 coming off an impressive win against Bo Nickal. Srikar, I said I would let you start. You have the floor. Take it away.
Srikar, let me get it. No, I'm joking.
This is a wild one. Let me just say, man, there's something going on lately with these tall, awkward, unorthodox Dutch dudes at middleweight. They just keep winning, man. They just keep winning. Reiner De Ridder is the latest problem child in that category. He's a former double champion, won. His striking definitely looks like something you'd see in a bar fight, but the dude knows how to make it work, man. He's long. He's unpredictable. He definitely thrives in the chaos. But where he's really dangerous is on the mat. The top pressure, the passing, the submission chains, like the nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare for anyone who ends up underneath him. Now, Bobby Knuckles, one of the cleanest, most technical strikers in middleweight history. If Adesanya never existed, we would be talking about Rob as potentially the best middleweight ever. Well, karate base, very, very, very good kicks. Just snap off. He always loves the jab right with the high kick. I mean, all elite, man. Like he's got wrestling chops too, but he can be bullied on the ground by bigger, more physical guys. And lately, that's been his kryptonite. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This fight is stressing me out. Like this fight is really stressing me out.
By the way, can I just say one point before you continue? Top three. I lived with Srikar for 3 years, and top 3 moments where I've seen Srikar most mad. One of them was when Robert Whittaker lost to Khamzat Chimaev. I've never seen you that worked up over any sporting event ever in my life. Dude, and I understand why you're nervous. I just want to point out, I just want to put that out for there to understand, so people could understand the nerves. It's not you just saying, man, I'm nervous about this fight. It's like, oh, I'm actually I'm nervous.
I'm sweating bullets. Like I mentioned it before, but I feel like for every MMA fan, there's those formative guys that get you into the sport more. Robert Whittaker and Petr Yan are 2 of those people. So co-main and main event, I'm not going to be on my phone. Like I am literally going to be extremely locked in.
Don't text Srikar during those
Don't text me during those fights.
He's not answering.
As for this fight though, man, I want to pick Rob here, man. I really do. There's just too many red flags, dude. Like De Ridder's ground game is like if you took the physicality of Khamzat Chimaev and Dricus du Plessis and you added way sharper submission grappling. That is such a bad recipe for Whittaker. Like he has literally struggled with exactly that profile, since the time he's fought Romero. Like those 2 Romero fights, by the way, go watch them. Some of my favorite fights of all time. And on the feet, Rob, clearly the better striker, but RDR's entire game is about not letting the better striker win. He drags you into these dogfights. If you don't have like one punch knockout power, he is going to walk through shots and he's going to make it messy. So yeah, man, as painful as it is for me to say this, I think Reiner De Ridder, Reindeer Rider, might just be the wrong guy at the wrong time for Rob. Oh my God. Give me RDR by submission, man. Give me RDR by submission. Oh, this bugs me. This bugs me.
Man, okay. I was not expecting that at all.
Give me RDR, man.
Yo, you did a great job building it up, Srikar. I thought you were going with Whittaker.
No, this hurts, bro. But RDR is going to submit him.
You can take it, Sam. Bad.
No, you go ahead. I want to hear your pick.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Are you positive?
I am positive. I want to hear this.
I have the same thing.
Damn. Okay.
RDR by sub. I think the size is going to be a little too much, man. Like RDR is huge, bro. Huge. He is huge. And look, one is a great promotion. You're not a double champ for a reason. This fight is actually giving me like Imavov versus Izzy vibes for some reason. I don't know why. And the line is like the exact same. Like, damn near identical. Maybe like a few points here or there. But actually, no, it literally is like the exact same. I think Izzy was like minus 155 on FanDuel. He's Robert Whittaker's minus 158. Dude, I like as
for what it's worth in that fight, I picked Imavov as well, and I literally put money on Imavov.
Yep. So. And look, like for what it's worth, I honestly don't even think I'd say anything more. Srikar said it perfectly. It's like it hurts, man. Like Whittaker is he's one of my favorite fighters of all time, one of the best middleweights to ever live on earth. One of the best UFC fighters to ever exist. Yeah, it like really sucks. It's like pulling off a Band-Aid that has like a bunch of hair on your arm, and it's like you're like getting waxed. It's like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
I know.
Yeah, dude, this one hurts. Like, I love Robert Whittaker, but I just don't see it, man. RDR
Man,
by submission.
all right. So
At,
I'll tell you
also, wait, at plus 310, by the way, a great value. That might be my
wait,
prop.
what?
RDR by sub is plus 310. Whittaker is by points is plus 170.
I don't know if I have the heart.
by
to
sub.
bet it.
Okay. So let me tell you two things. First of all, bet that RDR by sub, whether or not you think he's going to win or lose.
Great.
You guys should bet on Whittaker by decision. I think that's a really
okay. Now
also,
we're getting to the
FanDuel
other
and
thing.
DraftKings, please sponsor us.
So let me talk, because this fight will either end RDR by submission or Robert Whittaker by decision. Like, those are the two fights you should like.
You could actually do a double chance like that on DraftKings, where you can bet one person to win one way and the other person to win another way.
do it.
I'll check the odds.
Slam that.
Get back to your pick and I'll research that.
Yeah, that is free money. So here's where I'm conflicted, because RDR, I think, only wins this fight through wrestling. And Robert Whittaker, despite the Chimaev fight, is known for just not being submitted. It's really hard to pick. And I think Whittaker will have learned from the Chimaev fight a lot. RDR
by decision or RDR by sub is plus 100, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's not great, but it's still plus money. You take that.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
And like RDR, I mean, he knows how to strike. He knows how to wrestle. He can do it all, man. I think that's where it's really going to get to Robert Whittaker. It's so tough, because, and it's not tough because I like Robert Whittaker. I like both of these fighters. But Whittaker, the thing with Whittaker is that, you know, I'm going to go RDR by submission. I think I have to. I think that's just a safer
hop on
bet.
the bandwagon.
No, it's,
Sam,
I think it's
strongly consider taking.
No, I'm not. No, Srikar, I'm not doing it. RDR, I'm going RDR by decision.
Were you going to before this podcast?
Yes, I was. I was mad conflicted about it, but
hey, kids, don't get peer pressured out there.
Yeah, no, this is not.
Don't conform to the peer pressure.
By the way, if I wanted peer pressure, I would just pick Whittaker to be different, you know, to have that parity, you know. But I got to go RDR.
Pick him for my sake. Just pick him for my sake.
No, I'm going RDR. I'm going RDR by submission here. I think when you look at it's Khamzat, but even bigger. And I think, I'm not going to say he's a better wrestler than Khamzat Chimaev. But just the size, I think, is going to be, he's not going to get ragdolled. Robert Whittaker will not get ragdolled. He'll be in this fight. But for a 5-round fight with RDR, that's going to be real tough. I will say this. I think if this was a 3-round fight, I would take Whittaker by decision. It's a 5-rounder, though. I think this goes the distance. Or not I'm not sorry. This is not going the distance.
I'm not going to lie to you. Even in a 3-rounder, I don't know if I'm
taking RDR by second round.
I still might take RDR.
Nah, I got RDR. I think Whittaker will give him his toughest challenge yet. And I just think at the end of the day, it's going to come to these guys both being gassed out. And when you're gassed out, I just think that wrestling for RDR, that size, that advantage, just going to take over. So I'm going to go RDR by submission. This will happen either round 4 or 5, though.
You know what? I'll do this, Rob, because I'm betting against you. I love you, man. I'm betting against you. If you somehow win, I will call Reiner De Ridder Reindeer Rider for the entire next podcast. Like
Reindeer Rider.
I will literally call him Reindeer Rider.
That's great.
The thing, Sam,
or should I do it if RDR wins?
You need to do it if
RDR wins. I'm just crying, bro. I'm just gonna cry.
Yeah.
Well, crying was Mando.
That'll feel like Volk losing again twice. That was
last question before we wrap this up. If RDR beats Whittaker, how close is he to a title shot?
Oh, dude, he's
might be next
right
up.
there. Yeah, he's literally right.
I would say next up after Imavov and Kaio.
Yeah.
I think if you're RDR,
RDR will probably fight one more time again.
Yeah. And it'll probably be either the loser of Dricus and Khamzat. Probably. I would have to think, right?
Maybe.
Unless Dricus got another title shot and then you fight the winner of Imavov and
Khamzat and RDR would be a crazy fight.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's kind of what I want. You know that Khamzat face when he's just looking at you like
Even Drickus and RDR would be a crazy fight. Like
they would both be great. But that's how I feel about
I
that.
honestly just one more quick thought. I actually don't even think this fight's gonna get to the main event / championship rounds. It's gonna be over in the first 3. Honestly, I think on the earlier side.
Yeah, me too.
I see a round 2 submission.
Interesting. I think it'll go a little later. I think Whittaker's durability will work out. I don't think RDR needs to prove to me a little bit more that he's a Khamzat Chimaev level wrestler. I think you saw Chimaev ragdoll Robert Whittaker.
Nah, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. He may not be Chimaev level, but he is that good.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think you have to prove anything to me. Like, this guy is actually insane.
Yeah. He is a damn good fighter.
And who he lost to in one, Anatoly Malikin, is like insane as well. Like, this guy is actually 14-1. And
he's 14-1. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah. Anyways,
we love you, Rob. I'm rooting for you, though. I'm rooting for you, Rob.
Yeah.
UFC 100%. Abu Dhabi on Saturday night. That is going to be, or Saturday afternoon if you're watching from the States. So nice. I always like the afternoon cards. Sometimes you just wake up, can chill. You don't have to stay up too late to watch it. So it'll be a fun night. We'll be back with a recap. In the meantime, make sure to subscribe to all our YouTube channels. Follow the Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're uploading some reels soon. Got to get on that, obviously, with busy schedules. Got to pay the bills somehow. So your support helps us out a lot. But that'll do it. With Srikar, Rajendran, and Chris Shroyer, I'm Sam Corcoran saying so long. Enjoy the fight card.